What's going on, guys? Millionaire Mitch here, bringing you the Raw review for 7/28/14. We start off this Raw with John Cena coming out and pretty much running his mouth, and cuts a pretty serious promo about Lesnar beating him up and how he's going to destroy him and stuff. Then Heyman comes out and he says he's really going to destroy him, and just a bunch of, back and forth, bunch of serious couple promos. Cena does a pretty good serious promo. The thing that gets me about Cena is I really don't like his comedy stuff. I think he just tries a little bit too hard, which I think WWE tries a little bit too hard on doing any kind of comedy things. It's not like The Rock back in the day when he could just say something and it was just funny, just roll off his tongue. Cena seems a little bit more scripted. I don't think he's a funny guy. He's very good as a serious character, and I think that's why I liked him more as a heel. Back when he was, doing a thug life and stuff like that. But anyways, back to the topic. They pretty much just have Cena and Heyman go at it back and forth. The mention of ECW, and that gets a huge pop, and Cena getting his butt kicked gets a huge pop, and then some reason good old Cesaro comes down and tries to save the day, or tries to defend Paul Heyman. So this is just like they don't have anybody to fill Lesnar's spot because he wasn't there, so they might as well put Cesaro since he used to be with Heyman. Because he says, even though I'm not with Paul Heyman anymore, I'm still going. You can't talk to my friend like that. Blah, 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 whatever. So the first match we get Cena versus Cesaro, and this is obviously the match of the night. It seems like WWE always has a good start, but then they, tonight was tonight was a pretty good finish, and sent, a lot of people. I expected what happened at the end of the show. We'll get into that here in a minute, but anyways. So we get Cesaro versus Cena, and this match, very good. I mean, just pure street. It really made Cena look stronger than what most people think he is. And Cesaro called him a walking billboard, and he can't wrestle. So then the announcers mentioned in the match right after commercial break that Cesaro must be surprised that Cena can't wrestle. Cena's been in the wrestling business forever. I mean, I know Cesaro's been in there too, but Cena's been at the top forever, and saying that Cesaro's surprised that Cena can't wrestle, come on now. I understand it's a storyline, but that's a joke. Sometimes I just wish I can just, have a little button to just turn off the commentators. I like hearing the wrestling bit, and the ring and all that. I like hearing that stuff, the count. I guess I could just mute my TV if I don't want to hear the announcers. The segments are good, but sometimes this stuff the announcers do is really kind of forced. But anyways, Cena ends up winning this. Good win, though. I mean, it looked strong. The only way he beat him was the attitude adjustment off the top rope. I hate to see Cesaro losing because he is so good and such a brutal strength guy, and he can wrestle. He's just old school wrestling guy. Just really looks tough. But Cena ends up winning. So Stephanie's backstage, and Stephanie Triple H is backstage. She says, "You don't want to go to jail," and Triple H says, "Oh, it'll be fine." And Randy Orton shows up. Randy Orton wants to know why he didn't get the title shot thanks to Roman Reigns. So Roman Reigns versus Kane tonight. So we get that announcement. Whoop-de-doo, blah-de-blah. Everybody knows, if you've watched any kind of wrestling, you know what's going to happen. But we'll have to wait and see what actually really happened. So moving on. Second match we get, well, it's not even a match. It's Paige calls out AJ, says they're still friends. AJ comes down, she attacks Paige, pretty much beats her down, and then they just have a yelling contest, and the crowd goes crazy chanting for CM Punk. For some odd reason, I understand that him and AJ is married, but that has nothing to do with this feud, and he's not coming back. Sucks to suck. Get over it. So next we get Triple H and Stephanie coming down to the ring. I can't even remember what they talked about. They talk about their, what they normally talk about. And they want Brie Bella to come down to the ring. And here comes Jericho. So Jericho's out there cracking jokes, making a good time. Triple H is very serious, which I think serious Triple H is the best Triple H. It goes back to Cena where the cockiness doesn't, like, it makes Triple H and Cena look so much better and so much bigger when they're acting serious. I understand that everything can't be always serious, but it seems like when those two guys are serious, you want to tune in and watch. So they say, Bree, come out here. So Jericho's music hits. He comes out there. He makes jokes. And Jericho's good at making jokes. He's a pretty funny guy. And he says, he calls Trailer Park, and he's going to call her a hoe. But then Triple H stops him. He says that he wants Bray Wyatt tonight. And he said, you're not getting Bray Wyatt. You're getting... And then Seth Rollins comes and hits him in the back with the briefcase. Good old Money in the Bank heel status. But anyways, so we get that match tonight. And there's also confirmed that Bray Wyatt versus Chris Jericho at SummerSlam. So there's that thing. So next we get Miz and Rob Axel versus the Usos and Ziggler. So these matches here are obviously probably more than likely going to take place at SummerSlam unless they know they don't have unless there's a time constraint, because neither of these, the Intercontinental Championship, and they're going to give it to Ziggler, they would have gave it to him in the Battle Royal. I don't know, maybe they want to make him look stronger beating The Miz, but really The Miz is a very strong opponent. There's no way that Curtis Axel and Rob Axel are going to win the tag team titles at SummerSlam against the Usos. It might be a good match, but sorry guys, I'm really tired. It might be a good match, but more than likely it won't be. I'd rather see the Wyatts and the Usos match again. So if you want to see that, click the like and let me know how many people like it. Or just leave a comment. You don't have to like it. Hell, dislike it if you want. Dislike it, show me how many times you like that, since that makes any sense at all. But anyways, we get it. Then, so that match happens. Big E, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods are at ringside. Nothing really happens. Like, they just stand there and watch. So I'm guessing they're getting a little heel persona. So maybe they'll fight the Usos with Xavier Woods as their manager, which is cool. I wish I could go through one match without yawning, but it don't seem like it's going to happen. So sorry about that. But anyways, they're like the new Nation of Domination or something crazy like that. But anyways, who wins? Oh, Ziggler and Usos win. Yeah, no big deal here. I don't know. Just a 6-man match to get people to, tune in and say, hey, this is going to be a match, and, kind of build the storyline a little bit better than, I guess, just the regular old matches. But anyways, moving on, we get R-Truth versus Bo Dallas. R-Truth actually got an entrance. So this might mean something big, right? So Bo Dallas comes out and says he's undefeated and he's gonna win, and R-Truth has lost a lot in his career, and so the match just really goes on, and then R-Truth wins with a roll up, and Bo Dallas' streak's over, and he will be fighting R-Truth at SummerSlam more than likely. I don't know. I mean, I guess having Rusev undefeated and having Paige beat everybody up, I guess they couldn't have that many NXT stars go undefeated. But I don't know if R-Truth's the right opponent for Bo Dallas, but I guess we'll have to wait and see at SummerSlam. I'd really like to see Bo Dallas go on and go further, but his promos are so much better than a lot of guys. His even his comedy skills. I know that his jokes are corny, but it's still funny to me. I mean, it does seem forced, obviously, but that's the whole point. Making himself seem better than the other people. Just because he can leave and everything starts with Bo. I mean, I just like his character, but he ends up losing the night, and then he says, it's okay, all you do is leave. And then he beats up R-Truth, so that's a thing. So that'll probably be a match at SummerSlam. Anyways, hold on. We get so we get a Lana promo with Rusev. She talks about Russia, and I don't know about this with all the, you know, crazy stuff going on in the real life world for her to be coming out there and talking like that, but it is what it is, and it's still a thing. So they end up talking about the American flag, go back and forth, and Rusev and Swagger gets into a little battle back and forth. Swagger gets the best of Rusev again, and then that's the end of it. That's really the end of that segment. So next we get Sandow versus Adam Rose. He's dressed up like an astronaut. He says Houston, we have a problem because they're in Houston, and then Adam Rose wins. Nothing big. That's dumb. Anyways, so we get Kane and Roman Reigns next. Not even a match. They just pretty much beat down Roman Reigns. He comes to the crowd. Randy Orton jumps him, beats him down, and then he just destroys him the rest of the time. I think Kane choke slams him and leaves Randy Orton to just do the rest. And Randy Orton beats down him. So there's going to be another match at SummerSlam. So we're kind of getting the hints of all the matches that are going to happen at SummerSlam. I don't think we're going to see Sandow versus Adam Rose, but I don't know. We'll see. So next we get Fandango versus Diego with Layla and Summer with Matador gear on and looking all, you know, whatever they're doing. They distract him. Diego wins. This might be the only match Diego ever wins, and I think it might have been the match that the only Los Matadors actually won without Trio. Trio counts for them. They won a couple, but not really much here. So next we get Cameron and Alicia Fox versus Natalya and Naomi. Just further feud, I guess. I don't know. They got heel divas versus face divas. Nothing big here. I mean, maybe this might be a match at SummerSlam between the two, between the four, I guess. But not really looking forward to it. It might be a pre-show match. Besides that, I don't care. This Natalya and Naomi win. That's all I gotta say about that. That was stupid. I don't. They just look. Man, they got the weave in, you know, and they got their new get-ups. Naomi and Cameron do, but besides that, nothing different. So we get Jericho versus Seth Rollins. This match actually took place, which is kind of surprising, but of course the Wyatts come in and interfere. A lot of things that, you know, could see was happened, you know, like of course the Wyatts will come in. Of course Randy Orton was going to jump Roman Reigns before his match started. So the Wyatts come in, beat down Jericho, and Jericho needs to get another. I mean, here in a couple weeks, he needs to get over a little bit on him, so it don't make it look like they're just going to dominate him in the match. Because I really see Bray Wyatt going over here at SummerSlam, or at least he should. But anyways, moving on to the last segment, which, you know, we've all kind of been waiting on. We kind of knew this was going to happen. Even when Daniel Bryan first went away, before the even Stephanie thing, like I said, Daniel Bryan will come back, and him and Brie will take on Stephanie and Triple H. But the only way it's going to happen, I think Daniel Bryan's a little bit more hurt than what we expected. But Stephanie calls her out, goes back and forth. Stephanie just cries, just fakes it out. And, you know, they say a couple of bad words, I guess you would say, because they had to wait till 11 o'clock to make sure they did it this time, because they had to blur it out. Make sure all the little kitties are in bed. But anyways, so they say they're going to drop charge. She'll drop the charges if she'll give Nikki a pay cut. She says, okay, but then you have to do all my demands. So she wants her job back. She says, okay, that's fine. Then she says, oh, do you want a match at SummerSlam? She's like, oh, who do you want again? Who do you want it against? You know, do you want it against Total Divas? Do you want it against the Divas Champion? She says, no, I want it against you. And Stephanie says, oh, I gotta be a wife. I gotta be the owner of the company. I gotta be a mom. Blah, 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 blah. And then, of course, she says yes, which we figured all would happen. Overall, I mean, she said yes. She cries. She slaps Bree. She falls off the apron. And Bree gets back in and beats her down a little bit. And here comes the guy. Here comes the old security guard, which is old pro wrestlers, still hanging around in the back doing their job of writers or, you know, talent relations or whatever they're doing back there. But that's really about it, guys. Pretty good Raw overall. I kind of expected a lot of these things to happen tonight. After watching them just the beginning of segment, you've seen a lot of these things going to take place. But that's really about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Mountaineer Mitch signing out. Peace.